Our solar system. Hello everyone, welcome back to Omid Media. Please stay tuned and watch till the end, and don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and comment for future topics. The planets. The inner four planets closest to the Sun, Mercury, Venus, Earth, and Mars, are often called the terrestrial planets because their surfaces are rocky. Pluto also has a rocky surface but has never been grouped in the terrestrial planets. The four large outer worlds, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune, are sometimes called the Jupiter-like planets because of their enormous size relative to the terrestrial planets. They are also mostly made of gases like hydrogen, helium, and ammonia, rather than of rocky surfaces, although astronomers believe some or all of them may have solid cores. Jupiter and Saturn are also sometimes called the gas giants, whereas the more distant Uranus and Neptune have been nicknamed the ice giants. This is because Uranus and Neptune have more atmospheric water and other ice-forming molecules such as methane, hydrogen sulfide, and phosphine that crystallize into clouds in the planet's frigid conditions. A planet is a celestial body that is in orbit around the Sun, has sufficient mass for a self-gravity to overcome rigid body forces so that it assumes nearly round shape and has cleared the neighborhood around its orbit. Mercury. Zipping around the Sun in only 88 days, Mercury is the closest planet to the Sun, and it's also the smallest, only a little bit bigger than the Earth's moon. Because it's so close to the Sun, Mercury experiences dramatic changes in its day and night temperatures. Day temperature can reach to scorching 840 Fahrenheit, which is hot enough to melt lead. Meanwhile, on the night side, temperatures drop to minus 290 Fahrenheit. Mercury has a very thin atmosphere of oxygen, sodium, hydrogen, helium, and potassium, and can break up incoming meteors, so its surface is pockmarked with craters just like the moon. Over its 4-year mission, NASA's Messenger spacecraft revealed incredible new discoveries that challenged astronomers' expectations. Among those findings was the discovery of water ice and frozen organic compounds at Mercury's North Pole, and that volcanism played a major role in shaping the planet's surface. Venus. Venus, the second planet from the Sun. Venus is almost identically the same size as Earth. Radar images beneath its atmosphere reveal that its surface has various mountains and volcanoes, but beyond that, the two planets couldn't be more different. Because of its thick, toxic atmosphere that's made of sulfuric acid, Venus is an extreme example of the greenhouse effect. It's scorching hot, even hotter than Mercury. The average temperature on Venus's surface is 900 Fahrenheit. At 92 bar, the pressure at the surface would crush and kill you. And oddly, Venus spins slowly from east to west, the opposite direction of most of the other planets. The Greeks believed Venus has two different objects, one in the morning sky and another in the evening. Because it is often brighter than any other object in the sky, Venus has generated many UFO reports. Earth. The third planet from the Sun, Earth, is a water world. With 2/3 of the planet covered by ocean, it's the only world known to harbor life. Its atmosphere is rich in nitrogen and oxygen, and its surface rotates about its axis at 1,532 feet per second, which is 467 meters per second, slightly more than 1,000 miles per hour at the equator. The planet zips around the Sun at more than 18 miles per second, which is 29 kilometers per second. Mars. The fourth planet from the Sun is Mars, and it's a cold, desert-like place covered in dust. This dust is made of iron oxides, giving the planet its iconic red look. Mars shares similarities with Earth. It is rocky, has mountains, valleys, and canyons, and storm systems ranging from localized tornado-like dust to planet-engulfing dust storms. Substantial scientific evidence suggests that Mars at one point billions of years ago was much warmer, wetter world. Rivers and maybe even oceans existed. Although Mars's surface is too thin for liquid water to exist on the surface for any length of time, remnants of the wetter Mars still exist today. Sheets of water ice the size of California lie beneath Mars's surface, and at both poles are ice caps made in part of frozen water. In July 2018, scientists revealed that they had found evidence of a liquid lake beneath the surface of the southern pole's ice cap. It's the first example of a persistent body of water on the red planet. Jupiter. The fifth planet from the Sun, Jupiter. Jupiter is a giant gas world that is the most massive planet in our solar system, more than twice as massive as all the planets combined according to NASA. Its swirling clouds are colorful due to different types of trace gases, and a major feature in its swirling clouds is the Great Red Spot, a giant storm more than 10,000 miles wide. It has raged at more than 400 miles per hour for the last 150 years at least. Jupiter has a strong magnetic field, and with 75 moons, it looks a bit like a miniature solar system. Saturn. The sixth planet from the Sun, Saturn. Saturn is mostly known for its rings. When polymath Galileo Galilei first studied Saturn in the early 1600s, he thought it was an object with three parts, a planet and two large moons on either side. Not knowing he was seeing a planet with rings, the stumped astronomer entered a small drawing, a symbol with one large circle and two smaller ones, in his notebook, as a noun in a sentence describing his discovery. More than 40 years later, Christian Huygens proposed that they were rings. The rings are made of ice and rock. Scientists are not yet sure how they formed. The gaseous planet is mostly hydrogen and helium and has numerous moons. Uranus. The seventh planet from the Sun, Uranus. Uranus is an oddball. It has clouds made of hydrogen sulfide, the same chemical that makes rotten eggs smell so foul. It rotates from east to west like Venus. But unlike Venus or any other planet, its equator is nearly at right angles to its orbit. It basically orbits on its side. Astronomers believe an object twice the size of Earth collided with Uranus roughly 4 billion years ago, causing Uranus to tilt. That tilt causes extreme seasons that last 20 plus years, and the Sun beats down on one pole or the other for 84 Earth years at a time. Methane in the atmosphere gives Uranus its blue-green tint. It also has 13 sets of faint rings. Neptune. The eighth and final planet from the Sun, Neptune. Neptune is about the size of Uranus and is known for the supersonic strong winds. Neptune is far out and cold. The planet is more than 30 times as far from the Sun as Earth. Neptune was the first planet predicted to exist by using math before it was visually detected. German astronomer Johann Galle used calculations to help find Neptune in a telescope. Neptune is about 17 times as massive as Earth and has a rocky core. Okay guys, that is it for today's video. If you liked it, please don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and comment for future topics. Until next time.